punt? Were the linemen a little slow to react?
Um,
Sack on the fourth down.
no, I think they was hurrying up throughout the game, and there was a fourth down. I think they wanted to catch us off guard with the quick snap, and we was ready for it. We was alerted. We kind of felt it all game, and we was able to get him down.
Chris, how do you go through the game of knowing that you're probably going to get double teamed throughout, but you're still waiting for your opportunities to make an impact late? How much of your maturity sort of grown having seen some of these double teams throughout the season?
More so about being patient, setting up players around you to be successful. And by the fourth quarter, they're able to change their slide, maybe give me a one-on-one or something we can capitalize off of we done seen earlier in the game. Early in the game, Frank Clark and Mike Dana started getting active, had a few pressures, few hurries, which later on in the game we capitalized off of that.
Hey, Chris, talk about progress in the first block because you have a sack today. What is it that you guys, like you, Frank Clark, and them have been doing that?
I can't really hear you, but I heard bits and pieces. It's okay. Good teams want to finish strong. That's what we're harping on right now, making sure we finish strong as a D-line, and we continue to push the guys behind us. Nick Bolton and that group, they continue to put the pressure on us, and we're going to continue to ring the bell, man. We're going to continue to fight, and we're going to continue to critique the smaller things going into the playoffs.
It obviously wouldn't have impacted the outcome of the game, but what was kind of going through your mind on that last sack, and whether they were going to call it a sack or Russell trying to get rid of the football and get him into an incomplete pass?
Earlier in the game, it happened. I had him wrapped up, and he still threw the ball. And I was telling the ref, when I have him wrapped up like that with the rule change, you guys got to call the whistle. You got to blow the whistle a little earlier so I can let him go, because eventually players going to start holding on to him, and the body weight thing is challenging. So if you're going to do that, the counterpart is you got to kind of blow the whistle a little earlier so we don't have to bring him to the ground. And on that play, he was almost slipping out, and I tried my best to get him to the ground.
Chris, can you walk us through that sack, and did Frank help you at all next to you?
I don't really rush for Frank in the game because we're going to get the slide. We might get a chip also. So it's like I try my best to stay away from Frank Clark throughout the game. And I was lined up as a shade. We was running some type of pressure, spaz call. And I kind of avoided the pressure and lined up as a shade anyway and just rushed the center one-on-one. Because I earlier in the game, we got the look, and the center blocked me one-on-one. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to line back up in it. If he blocked me one-on-one, I know what to do.
Chris, does that give you the freedom to kind of, if you see something, do that kind of go on your own a little bit there?
A little bit. He gives me the freedom. I'm well aware of the defense. I know the defense, and I know what type of coverages we be in. Quarters have. We playing too high. So I kind of know where, like, the holes are in the defense and what I'm able to do without hurting the defense. So.
Chris, I think you guys lead the league in batted balls at the line of scrimmage. Can you explain why that is? We don't really do drills on it.
No, we don't do drills on that at all. We got Carlos, who is like 6'7", 6'8". Him and George got like 5 or 6 apiece. I have like 2. Those guys they harp on batting the ball down. But Coach Cullen emphasized on if you're not going to get there, get your hands up. We play a lot of short quarterbacks. Russell Wilson is one of them. So getting our hands up can affect the throw.
I'm sure you know the benefit of it too. Just considering your batted balls in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm getting there.
You mentioned the play before where you were kind of mentioning that you're trying to find that line where you're not going to throw a quarterback down. On the last play, you did eventually put Russell down pretty hard. You scared at all about
Easy. Let's not make it bigger than what it is. Easy. Let's not make it bigger than what it is. Listen, I was trying to politely put Russ down. Unfortunately, for those who are viewing it, it kind of looked rough, but it wasn't. You see, after the play, he immediately got up. So it wasn't as bad as everybody said. You can't, you just.
Right, when you're making these plays?
Not at all. How politely I laid him down. Not at all.
Chris, you mentioned you talked to the officials earlier in the game just about blowing it earlier. What was their response to that?
Excuse me?
You said when you have the player wrapped up, you're asking the officials to blow it a little earlier because of the new rules. What's their response when you say something like that?
Yeah, if I don't have him completely wrapped up and they don't feel like, he can't get out, then they're not going to blow the whistle because they feel like the quarterback can still make a play with the ball. So if I have him completely wrapped up, like the last sack, I had him completely wrapped up, and he was still wiggling. I'm trying to politely put him down, and he throws the ball. And I'm like, you got to blow the whistle. You got to, you know what I'm saying? Let me hear it so I can count. I can just stop, and we don't have to count forward progress.
I wanted to ask about George Karlaftis, 5 sacks in the last 6 games. How much progress have you seen from Furious George?
My dog, 5. He got 5.5. I'm just saying, we can't discredit the half. My dog, he works on it a lot. He works on it with me after practice. We emphasize on getting to the quarterback with our front 4 and then with our front 8. And he's been taking it serious. And throughout the year, he's gotten better. And we got to continue to push him to get better throughout the year.
Chris, I want to ask you about Colin Saunders, man. He talked.
That's another Bulldog.
He talked after the game about this is one of the first times he's feeling, healthy. What are you saying for me?
I mean, his play speaks for itself. I think Colin having one of the best years he's had for us this year, and he's been playing phenomenal. Coming off the bench and being able to be productive in the way that we need him to be, stopping the run, making highlight plays, and doing it with a sense of urgency, man. When we able to get that from a guy who's been in this program 4 years, and he's made a huge jump from last year to this year, and his health-wise, the best ability is availability, and he's been available for us throughout the whole year. So, hats off to Colin and George, man. Happy New Year's, everyone. Y'all have a beautiful day.
Thanks, Chris.